Well, here we are again with another unboxing. This is my third one now. Uh, all this stuff you're going to see now is stuff that I've received since I did the last two about just over a month ago, because I recorded those back to back, the Vinegar Syndrome one and the Prime Day one. Um, the Prime Day one is interesting though, because all that stuff I received, I didn't get the proper discount on them, so I contacted them and then they actually not only gave me the difference for the discount, but they doubled it. So I managed to get this with it, and this is Paul Schrader's Light Sleeper. Paul Schrader and Willem Dafoe have worked together a shitload of times at this stage, and both of them are excellent. So I'm excited to see what he does with this now. This is one I haven't seen at all. I'd heard about it years ago, and then Indicator brought it out, and I saw it's a limited edition as well, so I couldn't say no. So as with most Indicator things, they have sometimes the same artwork but without the shite on it. So no certs, no logo, just the official artwork, which I do quite like when they do that, because it looks pretty nice. Though I do sometimes prefer having different art on the reverse, mostly if it's a slip. I mean, if that was on the slip cover and then on the inside there was, say, I don't know, that's probably just a still of him on set. There's Paul Schrader on the back. And they're decent books as well. They actually have a lot in them. Like, they're full of interviews and behind the scenes photos and whatever else. And Indicator actually looks like original poster there as well. Yeah, that could have been on the other side. But you see there, like, stuff that Indicator do, they have tons of stuff on their special editions. So particularly the big box ones, if there's a few discs in it as well. But yeah, I like everything involving Paul Schrader or Willem Dafoe, so I have high hopes for this one. I'll deal with that in a minute. It's the hard thing about having a fucking tripod tilter in my face when I try to record these. There was a few other things I got though at the same time during or just after Prime Day. So that was at, well, still a lower price, but it wasn't at the Prime Day price. But I still got it for free. Well, not, yeah, basically got it for free. Another item I got for free with the £1 or £2 difference, I think it was, is Free Fire. Ben Wheatley's fourth. No, it's not his fourth, is it? His fifth film, I think it is. Because he did Down Terrace, Kill List, Sightseers, High Rise, and then this. So yeah, I think this is his fifth one. And I could be missing another one there, actually. Scorsese produced this one, which I found interesting as well. I got to see this at an early screening, and I remember the whole cinema was in fucking floods of tears laughing. Because it was actually genuinely one of the more side-splitting comedies out there. And it's a decent actioner as well. It's set in 70s Boston, but it actually is shot up in fucking Belfast. And it takes place entirely in a warehouse, because it's basically just a shootout for the guts of, how long, 90 minutes? 2 hours? 90 minutes, just over 90 minutes. And Brie Larson isn't annoying in it. Armie Hammer isn't eating people in it. It's always good to see Cillian Murphy and Jack Rayner. And Charlotte Copley is having a fucking ball with this film. It's probably the most fun he's ever had, and that says a lot considering he's in hardcore as well. Surprised it's 18s here, to be honest, but the search system's fucked. Again, the problem with a lot of Studio Canal is you get a white background unless it's a limited edition, like the Third Man that I had before. But this one is hugely entertaining, and I think if you're not buying it physically, it should be on Prime. But I mean, this is still going for only like £2, so you may as well fucking get it. Another one I got quite cheap. I'm pretty sure this was in the... Actually, yeah, I did order this in the Prime Day sale, but it was out of stock at the time. So it only arrived a bit afterwards. And that is I, Tonya, which was one of the best films in 2017? I think it was 2017 or 2018. That was one of my favourite films of the year. And it's just... I mean, I sometimes do it myself anyway, but I don't like doing this. It's like this film meets that or whatever. But this is basically the same tone, atmosphere and pace as Goodfellas, but it's about Tonya Harding, who was a fucking oddball ice skater. And some of the ice skating things are brilliantly done as well. You can see the CGI where they kind of put her head on a professional's body, but it's actually otherwise all done brilliantly. Really gritty, really fucking funny. Again, kind of boring artwork though. But genuinely one of the most thrilling films you watched that year. It's actually so much more enjoyable than I expected. And on, what's his name, Craig Gillespie, he's the main reason I want to see Cruella, because he directed Cruella as well. So if Cruella is in any way tonally similar to this, I'm completely on board. But this is one of the best ones. I initially wasn't going to pick this up though, because I fucking hate these banners. I already hate this shit. That annoys me enough as is. It's particularly annoying when you have that and then you have Blu-ray here and then you get half a fucking thing. But there was, it might have been a steelbook. I know the American one had this really good drawing where it's like a hand-drawn image of her ice skating, but it's like fragments of glass coming off her and off the ground. It just looks fucking deadly. And I wanted to pick that up. But then again, this was what, fucking £2 or £3. So at least I have a proper version of it now. Another one that I got, this was actually, I think, only £14.99, which is beyond a bargain, considering I've seen it elsewhere still going for upwards of £30. I definitely couldn't say no. And I was looking to get the limited edition anyway, but I mean, it was like fucking £49. The only thing that really came with it was a soundtrack and I think a book, but I loved the proper big box that came with it. But I was happy to get the steelbook, because the steelbook has lovely artwork as well, and it's the 4K, has a Blu-ray and loads of extras, and that is one of the best action sci-fi films ever made, the original Total Recall. 4K remastered as well. I had the old steelbook as well, which I quite like because it's the original artwork, but the image upgrade is fucking serious on this. Slide that out. So yeah, it comes with the J cards, if I remember that one right. There's so many of these types of cards I can never remember. There's one with another fucking roof on it, but yeah, a load of new extras and stuff on it as well. It does have this annoying little warning here that says, please note this film reflects historical attitudes which audiences may find outdated or offensive. Eventually every fucking film is going to have this bullshit, and apparently, I don't know whether it's on the disc, but there's mention of, it's the scene where Arnie has a towel wrapped around his head, and they had to put that warning in to not upset people in case it was considered a racial thing. The world is going very stupid places where people are upset by these things. So there's the 4K, the Blu-ray, and soundtrack. No, it's not soundtrack, sorry, special features, which are, see, again, 15-year-olds in Ireland are allowed to see the special features, but 18-year-olds are in England. So there's Arnie with a gun on the back. So it'd be hard to see this now because of the natural light coming in, but it's a nice image. Although I do kind of prefer when they've colour images on the inside of steelbooks. There you go. And there's herself. So that is I was actually amazed he managed to work. Oh no, yeah, no, it was afterwards. I was thinking of Basic Instinct. Basic Instinct is another one that has a big special edition, lovely fucking box and all this, but it was just too pricey. I will eventually get the Basic Instinct 4K when it becomes around this price, and there's a nice steelbook of it as well. Because I think Basic Instinct is a good film, and Paul Verhoeven is probably one of the most ballsy directors out there, but this is just one of the best. Amazing action film, way ahead of its time, special effects, great characters, and at a time when squibs were at their best. Paul Verhoeven's fucking squibs in that and RoboCop are unmatched to this day. And the final one from the Amazon batch is Mark of the Devil. Arrow currently have a sale on their own website, their Camp Arrow sale, and Zavi are kind of in partnership with them now, so they have all kinds of stuff, and I don't really like that because they kind of abolished the fucking, what's it called? Jeez, I can't think of the name of it now. They've abolished Arrow Academy. They're going to just make everything under the Arrow Video title. Arrow Academy are their more highbrow stuff, and Arrow Video tends to be trash and horror and whatever else. But they're all under the one umbrella now, and I think that's more to do with the Hut and whatever else, their decision, because they have a lot of exclusive steelbooks and stuff coming to Zavi and the Hut, and I don't really like that. I think they've hurt the integrity of their own name. But Amazon have also put a lot of stuff on sale, and HMV, but Amazon had this. Now, I've been meaning to see this for years, and there's a young Udo Kier. But this is a German witchy horror type, and it's meant to be seriously nasty and really, really good. The opening music for it, the really beautiful, lovely music, like the way Cannibal Holocaust has the nicest music ever over the most fucked up movie. This does the same, and the music that was in this was actually at the start of Hobo with a Shotgun, and it's just really delightful music. I was hoping this would have the original German reverse art. So I was a bit disappointed it didn't. So you look in here, it's 2 discs as well. I think there's a DVD in it. So you have that disc. And I don't like that as well when the DVD is the same art. But this is the original, I think, English artwork. And it's fine. It'd be better as a postcard or something, but the original artwork for this film is fucking class. I don't even know how you describe it. It just looks like she's in a cauldron of sorts and all this fire, and it just looks really fucking cool. But they kind of missed out on it with this, so that's why I'm keeping this artwork. I think it's kind of that image. But I'm keeping this artwork because I think the colour suits it better. I don't like the white background for it, but this is the one I've been fucking dying to watch for a while now, so finally glad I have it. It was like $7.99, so can't go wrong. And this is the special one. This is one that I didn't think I'd get so cheap, because everywhere I've seen it since has been probably cheapest, like €389, and I managed to get it for €160, and it's a fucking seriously big one. I hope it fits in the frame here. And this is, there you go. Actually, no, I need to take a step back. So, Ingmar Bergman's Cinema, which is the Criterion box set of, we're going to have to move this fucking, there you go, tripod a bit. So, this is 39 of Ingmar Bergman's movies, which is the majority of them. There he is there on the back. And it comes out like a book. This is properly heavy too, and it has that kind of suede-y, I don't know if you call it suede-y, that kind of texture to it. The inside inlay thing is in here somewhere. Let's take it out. Oh, there you go. Well, it's actually stuck to the inside now. But that's a list of all the movies and everything else. I'll have to fucking take that out without wrecking it now. But inside you have this huge book. I think that's from the 7th Seal there. And himself. And this book, how many pages? Fucking upwards of 100 anyway, I think. 211 is there, so I mean that must be another page on the side actually. Yeah, about 250 pages of just his whole life, all this work that he's done. Yeah, there's all the films, each film they talk about, and I'll actually do a list of the films now in one sec. So like, this is a dense, serious box set. There he is on the back again, and on the front, yeah, another 7 Seal image there. But if you how the box set is actually put together, if you go through it, so there's one film on that. So there's actually I'll just go through it and then I'll read out the films because there's so many fucking it'd take me ages to do like this. But that's how each film is presented on over 30 discs, I think. Oh, sorry, yeah. It's actually quite thick as well, each page, so it's a serious box set. It's like one of those fucking I remember there used to be adverts on telly at night of fucking classical music, and they used to have these big massive box sets. But yeah, each film that's included, I don't know why the numbers are all over the place here. That's could be quite annoying. Strange. Unless they're on the back here. Well, I don't know. All the films that are included anyway are After the Rehearsal, All These Women, Autumn Sonata, Brink of Life, Cries and Whispers, Crisis, The Devil's Eye, Dreams, Fanny and Alexander. Actually, they're alphabetical, that's why they're out of order. Fanny and Alexander, theatrical version, television version, Pharaoh document. Seems to be 2 versions of that. I don't even know what that is. From the Life of the Marionettes, Hour of the Wolf, Lesson in Love, The Magic Flute, The Magician, The Passion of Anna, Persona, Port of Call, The Rite, Saraband, Sawdust and Tinsel, Scenes from a Marriage TV version, Scenes from a Marriage US theatrical version, The Serpent's Egg, which I actually got in the Arrow Academy sale a couple of years ago. Actually, no, it was last year. And I'd never seen it, but I just got it because it looked deadly. So now I can get rid of that. The 7th Seal, Shame, Ship to India, The Silence, Smiles of a Summer Night, Summer Interlude, Summer with Monica, Thirst, Through a Glass Darkly, To Joy, The Touch, The Virgin Spring, Waiting on Women, Wild Strawberries and Winter Light. So 39 fucking movies in a big hefty box set. Now I actually got this second hand, and I have a feeling the reason I got it so cheap is because it is America only. And I have a Region 8 player, well, multi-region player. So, I mean, this is pristine. And fucking hell, the guy who wrapped it up as well, wrapped it like he was protecting a fucking rare gem, because this thing was absolutely packed to the brim. So I'm trying to maneuver myself here. Yeah, so that's the image on the front. I think that's from Persona. But this thing was literally wrapped in fucking several layers of bubble wrap, several fucking layers of paper, and then you had loads of tape around it and everything, like, and it was wrapped in 2 boxes as well. It was just completely wrapped up and perfectly safe, and I definitely got my money's worth because it was 161 quid posted, and I've seen that going on Amazon for I think €389, and I remember the cheapest it was at the time was about £250. So to get it for this cheap is fucking unbelievable. I couldn't say no to it, and I imagine it wasn't rushing out, as I said, because not a lot of people can play it, but I can and I will. So that's my entire haul for the last while, and until the next time, there'll be some interesting stuff coming up. Thanks for watching.